What's up, desktopers? Xavier Wills here for Desktop Bodybuilding, and we are back for the 2022 Mr Olympia Finals. They have the guys on stage right now. They've just brought them out, and I'm going to be giving you live commentary. Big Ramy is in the first call out, same first call out as last night, 6 guys. So let's get into it, and I hope you guys enjoy this live stream. And if you do enjoy it and you want to get involved and you want to do a super chat and have your comments or questions featured 100%, leave a super chat and I'll get to those. Anyway, guys, appreciate the support. What's up, desktopers? Xavier Wills here for Desktop Bodybuilding, and we are here at the 2022 Mr Olympia Finals. I have a poll up right now if you are watching live, and you can vote. Who do you think is winning the 2022 Mr Olympia? And I'll get to that poll throughout the live stream. And I'm going to get back to the live stream right now because I am watching this first call out of the finals from the 2022 Mr Olympia. Let me know who you got. We're hitting a back double now. Samson. He looks good. Samson looks more filled out. Nick Walker looks really good. Hadi isn't quite as crisp as last year. I think that back double, Derek Lunsford, I think. Everyone literally has taken probably about 1.5 meter step towards the actual judges, and they were doing it, they were getting actually out of the light a little bit. But Derek Lunsford, to me, looks the best from the back. Yeah, I'd say Derek Lunsford from the back, but Hadi is actually very big. He has a lot of meat on his lats now, especially on those upper lats. Hadi has a lot of meat on there. Same as Derek. They both have really, really good upper lats. Let me know who you got, guys. Who have you got winning the 2022 Mr Olympia? Ab and thigh. Who have you guys got? All right. Samson obviously looks great on the pose, and he's pulling. Yeah, he's not hitting at 100%. He can pull that in a little bit more, but he is very impressive on that when he turns to the side and hits it. Going into the most muscular now. Ramy's there. He's on the far side once again. It's like he's gotten... All the guys are walking so far forward. I've got to give that one to Hadi, to be honest. And, Brandon on the crab. Okay, Brandon's on another level tonight, actually. I haven't been looking out too much for him because I've been looking at the Derek Lunsford and Hadi battle. But when Brandon hit that crab most muscular, that is the most impressive I've ever seen that look from him. He actually looked really, really hard. So let me know what you thought. If you're watching that live, let me know what you think. Also, if you have not given this video a thumbs up yet, and smash that like button, do it right now. If you are on the live chat and want to stay in there as well, just X off the live chat, like the video, open the live chat once again if you are using like a phone or a iPad device. And if you want to be featured as well, want your comment featured or your question answered, drop a super chat. All right, so second call out, we've got Ian Valier. I'll wait till they've actually sorted them all out. Okay, so we've got Ian Valier on the left. We've got William Bonac. We've got Andrew Jacked, Hunter Labrada, Mikel Krizo, who looks crazy on that front double, and Rafael Brandao. Crazy impressive. I mean, people talk about some of these guys' conditioning. I thought Hunter was great when he came out last night, but he just seemed to just... I mean, he still looks pretty decent. Like, the tan makes him look really good, but I just think it's a conditioning thing. And if you're up close, you might be able to see conditioning maybe isn't quite there. But Hunter stays so lean in his off-season. It's so surprising that he struggles to just get that conditioning in where he's always sort of looks like he's holding a bit of a film of water. Andrew Jacked. Great coloured like posing trunks as well. I know that's a weird thing to say, but makes him sort of stand out a little bit more. I think Andrew Jack just needs to work on those side shots and really sit on that front leg where, because it looks like he's just, I don't know, not sitting into it enough or something. Back to old bicep though. Who have we got? You can see the structural issue there on Mikel Krizo in this lineup next to Hunter Labrada, and between Rafael Brandao, who has the tiny waist and obviously flares out of the lats, especially the upper lats. Yeah, Andrew Jack just needs to work on those back poses. Krizo looks pretty decent on the rear lat spread. Not super crazy wide, but very, very thick. Let me know who you guys have got in the comments. Over 3,000 people live. Thank you guys. Someone's saying their pay-per-view's frozen. Mine's going all right, so it might be your connection, unfortunately. All right, I will get a screen capture at some point. Yeah, I just got their most muscular. I wonder what's going through Big Ramy's head right now. I'm sure he would actually know. Andrew Jack has such a crazy front double. Wow. That shot, like, he wins that shot by a long way, in my opinion. I didn't see it. He's not next to Mikel Cruzzo now. Now we have Andrew Jack in the middle, Hunter Labrada, and then either side of them, you got Rafael Brandao and William Bonac. But Mikel Cruzzo was in there before, so they might just be giving the guys on the outside a chance. But Ian has actually remained on the outside, so Rafael may be working his way up actually a little bit. So Rafael Brandao may be working towards a top 10 finish here. So it seems like it's going to be close between like a Bonac. Bonac looks good in the back double. I've got to say his back double looks great. Even though some people say like Bonac wasn't 100%, it's just because if he misses by a little bit, he doesn't flow as well. Someone said, feature some of your comments on here. Samson came out of nowhere, yeah. Whereas Cbum, he'll be on after. Probably soon. Bonac too blocky, Hadi first, Ramy in first. A lot of different opinions, love it. I'll go to your poll results now too, actually. I'll check it out. Hopefully it doesn't play the audio back in my ear too much. There we go. Okay, let's go to the poll results on who you guys have winning the 2022 Mr. Olympia vote now. I'll wait 10 seconds. Rafael looks next level. He's got a beautiful physique. Let me know what you think about Rafael Brandao. All Brazilian fans out there too. So, who do you have winning the 2022 Mr. Olympia? The poll results, 33%, 1 in 3 people still have Big Ramy winning the 2022 Olympia. Then 45% have Hadi Choopan. Only 11% have Derek Lunsford, who I actually am a big fan of. I would probably have Derek Lunsford, to be honest, if it was on what I think. But what I think will happen, I don't know. Derek Lunsford is a great ambassador for the Mr. Olympia. He's a religious dude. He's obviously a guy that speaks English, which does help. And that's no slight on Hadi. And Ariel Kadar actually mentioned it in the comments, I think, that Hadi doesn't speak English. And I think it's harder for him to learn English because he does have hearing issues. So I felt bad that I was saying that, you know, you should learn English and all that sort of stuff. So I'm hardly speaking English right now. So I did do a prejudging. Steve's telling him to spread out now. Let me get back to the stream. So in this third call out, we have Antoine Vaillant on the outside, Akeem Williams on the other side. I'll go left to right. We've got Antoine Vaillant, James Hollingshead, Patrick Johnson, Charles Griffin, Justin Rodriguez, and Akeem Williams. So it's still a great call out. Patrick Johnson, actually, when you see him up close, he looks a lot better. And I think they're getting a lot of these call outs right, because I would have Charles Griffin in the middle of his call out. I would also have Patrick Johnson in the middle. Yeah, they're pretty much nailing. Then you've got, Justin Rodriguez. That seems about right. So, yeah. The judges are doing actually a really good job, I think, in my opinion, of this one. And I'll get you guys some screen captures and any other photos as well we can find on Instagram and all that sort of stuff. But I think I'm going to go out on a limb and I'm going to say Derek Lunsford. Even though 11% of you think this, I think Derek Lunsford will win the 2022 Mr. Olympia. But I can see it being Hadi too. Obviously, bringing the Olympia to another country and Iran and all they're going through right now, I think it could be. You can see it going either way, really. But let me know what you think if you are watching this live. Antoine Vaillant looks good as well. I think he's added more muscle back now, and I think he just needs to sort of keep maturing this physique because he's gone up and down with his physique a little bit. But I think he looks sensational. He'd win obviously most pro shows this year. It's hard to say but I think he still would. Okay, another call out. I think they brought 20 competitors back tonight. I don't think they brought everyone. Or maybe they did. All right, so they're saying it looks like Blessing maybe moved up a call out. And I'm not sure. I'm not sure if they actually only brought back 20 or they brought or more back. Someone I did hear on the stream, they were saying that. It's got Blessing, we've got Mo Shaban, we've got Joel Thomas, and we have, who do we have on the far right? We've got that, I think his last name's Allensaw, I believe. He qualified, I think, late last year. All right. Let's bring up some photos for you guys. And let me know how you have this all placing out. We've got almost 4,000 people in only 11 minutes in the chat live now. Thank you guys. Supporting, if you haven't liked the video yet, please do like it because it actually does help. You get a huge spike when you guys do that. It's actually crazy. So it's a massive help to the channel. And I had this morning, it was amazing. I think it was over 200,000 of you guys, or 200,000 people come on to the live. I think that's before and after, but it was awesome to get that sort of support from you guys. So shout out to you for everyone who shared it and did all that. So let's open up. All right. So there's a photo of Andrew Jack hitting that front double, which I think looks awesome. And that posing trunks, like color is, I think, suits him. Not that that matters too much. Yeah, there's still more call outs. So they must have brought all the guys back, but it seems like Blessing has moved up. All right, there you can see Mo Shaban and Joel Thomas there. Relat spread, that's from the third call out. So we've got on the far left Antoine Valiant. You've got James Hollingshead here, Keem Williams, Charles Griffin, who I think is his all-time best by far. Oh, not Keem Williams, my bad. That's Patrick Johnson. They're both wearing the same coloured suit and they've both got similar skin tone. Then you've got Justin Rodriguez, and then you've got Keem Williams on the far right. And Akeem, if he can do something about the conditioning on his back, he will be able to move up for sure. Who else we got? Gone through those guys. Then this was the second call out. So we've got Ian Valier on the left. You got William Bonac second on the left. Andrew Jack here, Hunter Labrada, Rafael Brando, and Mikael Krizo. They did swap these two as well. So Mikael Krizo was in here posing, and then they brought Rafael in. So it seems like it might be close between these two. Also, because Ian's on the outside as well, he may be contending or maybe slightly behind potentially Rafael, because I think Rafael was brought in and Ian was left on the outside, I believe, the whole time, but don't quote me on that. And it seems like, obviously, after that top six, it seems like 7th and 8th will probably be Andrew Jack and Hunter Labrada. So this will be disappointing for Hunter, but I think Andrew Jack should be extremely proud of what he's been able to do, you know, coming into his first Olympia and doing so well. So, and that's that other shot. I think I got one of the first call out, but there will be a last call out probably pretty soon. I'll do like a second last call out probably, and then a last call out. Let me know your thoughts. Who do you have? Result time. Not result time yet, I don't believe. Okay, this is the last call out. Who do you guys have? Okay, they brought the same last call out. We don't know if it's actually the last call out, but this is the top group once again. Phil Heap was just saying he wants Ramy to move over and get him there a bit more, but wow. Oh. Brandon, I think, has definitely come back better. I don't know if he's crisp enough, but he looks so thick. And he looks harder tonight to me. Everyone's on the commentary team is big raps on Nick. I think all these guys are better tonight. I think it's because they're on stage so much earlier. It's saying Nick and Ramy switch. First time Ramy has been switched in this lineup at all. Do you guys want to see the top group? Just a screen capture. Let's see if we can find one. There we go on. All right. Let me bring it up for you guys. Just give me 1 second. So they've actually moved Brandon into the middle, and Derek Lunsford is on the left-hand side now. And he's between actually Ramy, who's on the outside, and Hadi Choopan. So are they comparing Brandon Curry now? I actually did say I thought he was improved. Nick Walker's on the other side, so he's on the outside, and Samson's in there. So they're giving Samson a chance to stand next to Brandon and in between, Brandon and Nick Walker. This is huge. Close up, like, I wish I got a screen capture of that. But Derek Lunsford's glutes and hamstrings are inside out. Like, Hadi has them, but wow, like Derek Lunsford's back is so insane. I just got like a really small screen capture of that, so it's not going to be great quality, but I feel like you guys need to see this. Absolutely insane. Almost about 5,000 people in the chat. Thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. Smash it, and we'll get 10,000 in this at some point. Let's do it. Never had 10,000 live before, so. All right. You guys ready for this? Derek Lunsford is so crazy. So crazy. I have Derek Lunsford winning this, honestly. Let me know what you guys think, because Derek looks... Whew. And Brandon Curry. I think Brandon Curry is potentially beating Hadi at the finals. Oh, they're switching Big Ramy. They put him in there. Big Ramy and Hadi are switching. Whoa, okay. They're giving them all a chance. They're putting Nick in there as well. Wow. Okay. Brandon is on the outside now. What do you think about that back double bicep? Derek Lunsford on the left, and then we have Hadi Choopan in the middle and Brandon Curry on the right. Brandon Curry is improved. Derek Lunsford is improved again as well. I don't think Hadi is. People saying they don't see anything. I'm sorry, but you should be able to see. All right. I'd say Nick's midsection isn't super tight, but he's full, so there's a little sacrifice there for that. So Big Ramy is in the middle contending with Nick Walker. So Nick Walker and Ramy in the middle. His upper body, like Nick Walker's upper body, kills Ramy on that side chest. Ramy's upper body is down. All right. Back double bicep. Oh, Ramy's able to pull it out a little bit more. A little bit more. It's like he just popped it out a tiny bit, I think, compared to prejudging. Derek is right next to Big Ramy, Nick Walker. I have Derek Lunsford on that rear lat spread. He's harder than Hadi from the back, that's for sure. Especially in the glutes and hams, but in the back as well. Absolutely. Let me know what you think. Who do you guys have winning this contest? That is the first call out. That's what it was like earlier. Let me know your thoughts. Almost 5,000 people. We're literally 50 people short. Come on. Like, comment. Let me know who you got winning. Let me know where in the world you're watching from too. Let's have a look. But Nick, his most muscular, looks crazy. Oh, Brandon. Whew. The same. It's the last pose of a round. Wow. So this is the last comparison. Wow. I want you guys. Ooh. It's crazy. That's the end of round 2. That's the end of the comparison. So they didn't even do a second last call out where they've got the second top group. I feel like that is a pretty big rush. I know we've got to do posing routines and everything, but for such a heavily anticipated Mr. Olympia, I like that call out. Don't get me wrong, they worked through it nicely, but I would prefer to see more call outs even more. But they did give the guys a chance to work through and get in the middle, and we have no idea at this point who is winning the 2022 Mr. Olympia. We have to go solely off what we are seeing. And yeah, we're seeing a few different things, I guess, because we've seen them all moved around. And Brandon Curry surprised me here at the finals. He came in way, way better. Wait until you see his most muscular, guys. His crab most muscular is actually crazy. So I have Brandon Curry at finals beating Hadi Choopan, but I have, Brandon Curry probably close with Derek Lunsford, probably Derek winning, Brandon Curry second, Hadi Choopan third. I would have, Samson looks so good. You can make the case for Nick Walker or Samson Dowder in that fourth place spot, which is crazy. Imagine Samson Dowder placing fourth in his debut Mr. Olympia. Crazy. Nick looked very good when he's in the center as well, so you got to probably give it to Nick, I'd say. And I think you will get that nod over Samson. But I think Samson's going to be top 5 in his first Olympia. I think Ramy's in 6th because I think last night he's in 6th, and he'd have to definitely get all good votes from everyone. All good votes from everyone, from all the judges, basically all votes ahead of everyone else. Or not ahead of everyone else, but at least ahead of probably 1 or 2 guys, just to make up that ground. All right. And right now, guys, we have the wheelchair Mr. Olympia on stage right now, I believe. Yeah, we've got Harold Kelly, multiple-time wheelchair Mr. Olympia. He's like the Ronnie Coleman of wheelchair bodybuilding. People saying, yeah, Nick is potentially having a shot at winning. Brandon looks better. Ramy is built differ. Ramy far behind this year. I'm impressed with how these guys came in at the finals because I think everyone was better. Because I think, except Hadi. Hadi was the only guy that I don't think was better. Ramy, I mean, I saw a few. I think he was better for sure, but I don't think he's good enough to jump from 6th to 1st. You know, if you come 6th in the prejudging, you'd have to almost exactly opposite results with absolutely everyone. You have to get firsts off everyone, and then it's nearly an impossible. Technically, it is possible, but it's near impossible. Basically impossible for Big Ramy to win this contest under any circumstances. The finals is on now for people who are asking. They've had the comparisons for the men, so that's all done. The judging is done for the 2022 Mr. Olympia. We do have the posing routines, and we'll be able to see them and suppose speculate and get your opinions on what's going to go down. And we do have the Classic Physique coming up too. So they're interviewing Harold Kelly on stage right now. So I don't know if Harold's actually won the Wheelchair Olympia already. I did get the opportunity to have a sleep before doing this between the prejudging and finals. So ducked away for a little bit. So I haven't caught up with absolutely everything. Ramy is not winning. Now I need to show you guys this most muscular. I feel like if you're not watching the pay-per-view, which there is a pay-per-view right now, I'll actually put up, before I do that, I put up this banner. Because I encourage you guys to order the pay-per-view, support bodybuilding, and you'll be able to find out who wins the 2022 Mr. Olympia first. But you can find out soon after on here, but obviously and on Instagram. But make sure you stay tuned here because we'll be updating as well. Not only who wins the Open Mr. Olympia, but who wins the Classic Physique Mr. Olympia, who wins the Bikini Olympia, who wins the, what other one do we have tonight? The Wheelchair Olympia, I guess. I thought the awards for that were tonight, but maybe not. And we've got men's physique as well. So we've got all that tonight. All right. Let's bring up this most muscular for you guys, and you can let me know who you have winning the 2022 Mr. Olympia. I think if you could see Brandon in person as well, because he is obviously a darker skin tone and he's on the far right in this one. So when he hit it in the other spots, I was like, whoa. So check this out. So Brandon Curry obviously on the right here. Like you could see it when it's moving, when he's moving, but these striations are moving on his chest, and it just so big. Like you don't have the contrast because it's sort of black in the background, and obviously he's got the dark skin texture. But that's enormous. Like his arm's out here. It's not here. It's there. When's Classic? Classic should be up pretty soon. Samson obviously looks great here as well, but Brandon's on the far side. This is where we saw Ramy yesterday, and Ramy looked sort of small when he's over on that far side. So Brandon, if he was over here, he would look enormous. Okay, they're doing routines now. Hadi Choopan is coming out on stage. Let's have a look at how he's looking. Derek Lunsford, I don't think he looks hard enough across the chest and shoulders to win this pose. But I think the back shots, he wipes everyone. Everyone in the entire lineup. Big Ramy, that's an unusual one for me. The quad holes, I don't think he's winning it. Nick Walker, obviously looks great in the most muscular. I'd like to see his hands a tiny bit higher, but I think with his hands that low, it makes his legs look a little bit shorter. So I'd like to see his hands up here somewhere. I think he used to do them a little bit higher, so I think it just narrows his whole body when he goes like that a little bit. So I'd like to see his hands a bit higher and the elbows a tiny bit wider. But still looks so impressive. All right, Hadi Choopan's on stage right now. I'm going to watch this a little bit and update you guys on what is happening. Yeah, they're saying about how if Hadi wins this contest, that, it'll be sort of like how when Big Ramy won. One thing I'm noticing, I'm still noticing the delts on Hadi. Unfortunately, when he puts his arms up, which I didn't actually notice too much, and it's not as much of a distraction as some things on some guys. I'll put it that way. But his left delt still looks pretty intense. Like when he raises his arms, you do see a peak on it. So I wonder if his delts actually they look worse now than they did at prejudging. Maybe because we're getting close-ups, but I wonder if that could be a reason, People are saying Hadi, but if the delts are an issue, we don't have any extra indication that Hadi's ahead of Derek Lunsford, I don't believe, from the call-outs. Maybe potentially we may move Derek out a little bit just then at finals. So I'll show you. You can let me know what you think of Hadi Choopan's delts. Someone said Ramy is whack. Andrew Jack coming out on stage right now. I did see Sergio Oliva said something, commented on his story. Actually, no, he said on his personal story, Sergio's story, that Andrew Jack went through a few things and I don't think he was well or something when he's in America. So, but my opinion is that Derek Lunsford is going to win the 2022 Mr. Olympia. I think he's a great face to be Mr. Olympia. Not that it really matters, but he's like a religious guy. He, never does anything wrong. He's got, almost like good management being under Hani Rambod. Because we've seen it obviously with Phil Heath. We've seen it, Jay Cutler win the Olympia under him. We've seen so many people win Olympias under the guidance of Hani Rambod. So it definitely doesn't seem like a bad career move for Derek Lunsford. And I think that, he could be a potential, All-American face for Mr. Olympia. But if we're judging solely on physiques, I still have him winning as well. So someone said, except for all that juice. Oh, my mouse battery might die soon, so I'm going to bring up these photos of Hadi Choopan. I just got the most muscular, so you can't tell too well because you're just looking sort of by lighting, but you can see on his left shoulder. I don't have any shots with his arms up or anything. You have to be watching that one live to get those ones. So, okay. Here we go, Hadi Choopan's delt. Let me know what you think. You can't see too much there. So we're looking at the one that's on the right-hand side of the screen. It's his left shoulder, this one here. It just looked a little bit funny here. You can see the light hitting it a little bit differently. For some reason his arm looks small there, but obviously his arms aren't small, but they aren't as big as some of these guys. And you can see it a little bit more just here. But when he's putting his arms up, they did peak up pretty high. Like when he was going like at his shoulder, like in like a side lateral sort of top of that movement sort of thing. His delts didn't look amazing. Also, his legs his actual quad isn't huge. He does have a lot of adductor that makes up for it. So I don't mind his legs too much, but some people made comments on that. But honestly, when Hadi came out yesterday, I didn't have Hadi even in the top 5 potentially when it was the individuals. But I think he just got better and better and really improved a lot. But I'm gonna have to plug my my mouse in for a little bit so this doesn't die and I can't do anything, especially if I need to close the chat for whatever reason. So actually, I'll unplug my mouse and bring up the actual show. Oh, Andrew Jackson's about to do the splits. But it looks. He literally, Andrew Jack just did the splits and he just went down, like not even putting his hands down, just like really slowly and did it. It's cool. Bring the entertainment to bodybuilding. I like it. Anyone that does something different like that, like if they try it out, I'd give him credit, you know, and it worked. It's an awesome looking stage this year. The only problem is, okay, Derek Lunsford's coming out on stage now. The problem is just like when they put stuff behind these competitors, like the lights behind the competitors. I would just make a comment that he has a great silhouette, which Derek Lunsford does. Like, it's incredible. But the annoying thing is they lift up this screen that has the Mr. Olympia trophy right behind it, and the camera angle, for whatever reason, is on an angle. It's not straight on. It's driving me insane. I guess not every judge is straight on, but when you watch a contest, you want to know, like, there's no, like, angle discrepancy because it's harder to tell on an actual screen than being there in person. If you're sitting there in person, you know what angle you're on and how much advantage someone might have, at least to a certain extent. But if you're watching it on a screen, it gives a clear advantage. And Ramy had a clear disadvantage yesterday being on that far side because I felt like we couldn't even look at him. We couldn't even get an accurate, I suppose, assessment of how big he was in comparison to these other guys, because Hadi or some of these Samson and these other guys that were on the far left probably had a sort of a size advantage. And it changes the narrative around what fans say about these competitors too. So it's not fair on these guys particularly. And some guys it actually helps. So some people were saying that Derek Lunsford isn't as good from the side, but his side tricep I think looks awesome. If Derek can continue to get harder through his chest and shoulders, I think it's game over. I think Derek Lunsford will go on a run and win many Mr. Olympia titles. I just think he's too pretty with a very good amount of size. And I think he can still improve. And that's the scary thing about Derek Lunsford. As he matures, he's going to get better and better. And his physique shows zero signs of breaking down. Like early days, Big Ramy. That was many years ago now when he did that New York Pro and won it. But Big Ramy, like he had such clean lines. So we know obviously over time, through injuries, through bad, obviously doing bad shots in certain body parts. Cool routine for Derek. I love that he's actually put time into his routine. Like, he's posing to the music. It's like, duh, 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 duh. And then he's hitting the sort of the shots and making the transitions as the music hits. And he's playing up on that back as well. And so this is where posing routines should come into bodybuilding, because he's put work into it and he should be rewarded for it. The only reward he gets is that he looks better because of it. Phil's making a comment, and this is what I like about Phil doing the commentary. He said, see how he's sitting on his quads? He wasn't doing that earlier. So Phil sees that stuff. I guarantee you, Derek Lunsford just finished his routine then. And the last thing he did, he was on the ground. He had his arms out, sort of like the Phil Heath thing that he did, I think, on a cover of Flex, with his arms down, and then he looked up. I guarantee you some of these photographers will get photos of that, and it will look next level. And I'll post it as well on the Desktop Bodybuilding Instagram page and wherever else I can. William Bonak's coming out on stage now. All right. Okay, what are you guys saying in the comments? I've plugged my mouse back in. All right, our viewers are going down. Come on, guys. Like this video. If you have not liked this video yet, make sure you give it a thumbs up, smash that like button. And also, while you're at it, subscribe and hit the notification bell button. That way you'll be notified of every video that goes up for myself, Xavier Wills, at Desktop Bodybuilding. I have a ton of bodybuilding news, all that good stuff. Interviews. I've actually got interviews on my channel right now with Samson Dowder, Antoine Valiant. Who also did an interview? leading up to the Olympia. Interviewed a few guys. Tony O'Burton I interviewed Chad Nichols, actually, and we spoke about Ramy's quad holes. So you can check that out. I have a bunch of videos that I did on Ramy's quad holes, and you can check out some of those comments because most people were saying that it would not be a factor whatsoever. And now people are saying, is this the factor as to why Ramy is pushed down so low? Because I think outside of that, yes, to the back. But does it push him from first the last 2 years to sixth? I'm not sure, because his conditioning was still pretty decent overall. Like in that side leg, I thought he still had enough compared to last year. And people were saying after prejudging that they thought Ramy improved. So if he improved and he won the Olympia last year, would he fall 5 places? I don't think so. So I don't know if he was improved overall, because he looked more torn up, you know. Even his quads, like around his knees, when you see some close-up photos, it just didn't look the same. I don't know. All right, I'm going to pull up some Instagram photos, show you guys Derek Lunsford and why I'm so impressed. His physique is crazy. What do you think William Bonac should do right now? Do you think he should go to the Arnold Classic, which is in about 9 weeks from now? So it's going to be a quick turnaround after this, guys. So make sure you do subscribe, because I'm going to have a ton of content between now and then for you guys. And this coverage is brought to you as well, is courtesy of Muscle Tech. Visit muscletech.com. Coming on board in a big way, and that's going to help me get more content out. So support them, because they support me, which is cool. Bonac should go back to 212. I think he's too far over the limit. I think it would hurt his physique if he came in too small, because we saw him a little bit smaller the past few years. Yes, call-outs are finished for people asking. Call-outs are done, but the results will still be a long way away, I'm sure. They'll say that for the very end of the night, so we'll be here for a while. But they do have Classic Physique in the meantime. They have a men's physique just finals, so it'll be like awards of the top few guys just doing their walkout, and maybe like 1 comparison each. And then we've got, Bikini, and a lot of Classic Physique in the routines. And we're going to see who wins that one. Will it be Chris Bumstead? Will it be Ramon Dino? Will it be probably no one else? Let's be honest. Nick Walker's about to come out. Let me know if you want some screen captures of him, or if you want me to discuss him. And let me know your thoughts on Nick Walker. Will he win the 2022 Mr Olympia? He did get his chance in the middle, but I think it will come down to Derek Lunsford versus Hadi Choopan versus Brandon Curry now. And I have Brandon Curry clearly in that top 3. Stop saying Derek Lunsford. I know I'm big on him. I'm going to see what the poll results are now from you guys. So vote it. Wow, we've got... Okay, I think the poll's catching up. Numbers going up. How many people have voted? By the hundreds. So we're sitting just under 12,000 now. 39 minutes ago, I put that up. Who will win the 2022 Mr Olympia? And we have 38%. More people are saying Big Ramy now that he got moved into the middle at finals. So 38% say Big Ramy. 39% say Hadi Choopan. So it's a close vote. About to hit 12,000 votes in that one, because you guys keep voting. You're awesome. And comment as well who you think will win too. 11% say Derek Lunsford. Less than I thought. And then between Brandon Curry and Nick Walker, I've got only 11% there. So double the amount of you guys think that, twice the amount, rather. Sounds a bit better. I think Derek Lunsford will beat Brandon Curry and Nick Walker. Hey, super chat, I just saw. First super chat of this video, actually. All right, let's find where I've actually got StreamYard. Oh, where is it? There we go. Can Films. When will they show Classic Physique results? It'll probably be the second last, I'd say. There's only 4 divisions tonight, so it'll probably be second last before the men's open. So probably a while away, but they will have more comparisons, so we'll be able to find out a bit more from those comparisons. Will it be a final 2 call out once again? Will they do like a final 3 call out? Include Urs in there and see if he can potentially move and try to push for that second spot. But I think it's funny when they do that. They did it at the Arnold Classic with Steve Kuclo and Ian Valier, where Ian wasn't even in the final 2 call out at prejudging. So you'd think Steve Kuclo is a guarantee to finish in that top 2. It didn't work out that way. So, but you think if they're going to potentially, place in front of someone, you think, the final call out would include them. So, wow, someone said Ramy failed Egypt. That's rough. I don't think he failed Egypt. I think he worked hard for this Mr. Olympia. You got to take your hat off to him. So Nick Walker's on stage right now. Okay. He's breathing a little bit through his midsection. I'll go back a tiny bit and see if there's anything else I can see. Oh, his most muscular looks good. Up close with that close-up camera angle, you can see it better. Hitting the crab most muscular now. I don't mind the crab on him, but I think the hands together one is better. Front double biceps looking very good. I think Nick needs to make sure his midsection doesn't come out anymore. I think it's more a carb up thing, probably, to be honest. Just a tiny bit, just that tiny bit more if you can bring that in. Just breathing a little bit through the midsection. Yeah, he's just breathing a little bit too much through it. But it's not terrible. It's not something where I'd flip out at it. All right. Do you guys want to see what Nick Walker is looking like? Okay, so let me show you Nick Walker and how he's looking at this 2022 Mr. Olympia. Okay. Where's Nick Walker? There he is. What do you guys think? Let me know. So Nick Walker would hit this shot, but then sometimes when he'd go between shots, he'd breathe a little bit through his stomach. So yeah, Ian is not beating Andrew Jacked. Oh, I missed a super chat. I've got to find it. Brandon Curry's coming out on stage now. I want to see what this dude's looking like. Thank you for the awesome live. Hey, shout out, Rajesh. Rajesh. Okay. Thank you, my man. Shout out for super chat. Appreciate the love. Like the video, guys, and the like to how many views ratio is upsetting. So let's get them up. Support me, and I can do more of these videos and more other videos and more interviews and all that sort of stuff as well. All right, Brandon's coming out now. We'll get to see what you guys will get to see what he's looking like very, very soon. Brandon is big. I don't think he looks quite as good as what he looked in the comparison. I think he needs to, I think Phil Heath's right. He needs to just be a little bit drier. But he still looks great. So I want to see him hit him most muscular. Let me know what you guys think of Brandon Curry. Are you watching this live? The pay-per-view, the link is in the description below. He looked very good in the lineup, which, obviously bodybuilding is about comparisons. Yeah, Brandon, I like Brandon's, just his actual shape, his style of posing, I just feel like if this physique was a tiny bit more crisp, he'd be the 2022 Mr. Olympia. But there is a thing, obviously, if he dieted too much, would he have lost more leg and would that have been a worse look? We don't know. It's easy in hindsight to say, come in a little bit more crisp, but would it have been, 8 pounds lighter for a tiny bit more conditioning? Oh, I got a very bad screen capture of that most muscular. Yeah, Brandon is enormous, upper body wise. All right. Do you guys want to see Brandon Curry? Hunter Labrada's coming out right now. Where do you guys think Hunter Labrada will place? It seems like he'll be 7th or 8th, but we still obviously don't know. Okay, you guys can let me know what you think about Brandon Curry. What do you think? Do you think this could be enough to potentially push for the win? I thought he looked great in the side by sides, but I think when he came out for the individual, I feel like his physique is right on the cusp, you know? Wayne Wilson, shout out, super chat. Tan Man. Great coverage, mate. Thank you so much. Hope you're doing well, Wayne. Saying no chance to win. Brandon, not at all. You guys are brutal. Come on, some positive comments to anyone. 123rd, people saying stuff like that. Okay, let me check out Hunter Labrada. It seems like it's an issue for him to get really, really conditioned. The muscle just doesn't seem to get that fibrous sort of look. And he sort of gets some graininess to some body parts, but there's others that just doesn't seem to get that hardness. Like the muscle's just big and round and full and just sort of watery looking, you know? He seems to diet, you know, if he diets too much, then he can obviously flatten out and lose muscle where the muscle doesn't pop and you're not going to get detail anyway. So let me go to your comments. What's showing on live right now? We have Hunter Labrada on stage right now. Hunter spilled over, worse than last year. I don't think it was I think he was better last year. At first, I thought he was better. But no. Albert Beckles will take this one. Hunter needs Matt Jansen. All right. I think Brandon will win, Keith says. All right, let me go. Who's coming out on stage now? Rafael Brandao is coming out now. Oh, actually, I'm a little bit behind on the stream. Let me catch up. I went back to see some of Nick Walker's stuff. I was wondering why in the chat someone said something about Rafael, and I was like, he's not on yet. But he is on. Whoa. Shout out. That is, I think, equal biggest super chat I've ever got. So thanks for showing us stuff, dude. Yeah, they're just simple screen captures, but it's better than nothing anyway. And pay-per-view wise, hopefully you guys are watching along and checking it out. But man, shout out to you for the $49.99 super chat. That's awesome. Thank you, my man. I'm leaving that up for a little bit. You deserve your credit, Parky. And I don't know what your picture is of on YouTube, but shout out to you, my man. Thank you so much. So Raphael is on stage right now. Love this dude's physique. Honestly, I wouldn't be mad if like a Raphael was who's much smaller. They just sort of changed the criteria and he was able to contend up there and push for that first call out, you know? Like even with this amount of size, I'd prefer that. Samson Dowder coming out on stage right now, debut Mr Olympia. He's had a crazy couple of years. I was actually helping Samson a little bit. Me and his partner were actually doing his meal plan for the start of his prep for the 2022, the 2019, 2020 Arnold Classic Brazil, and he's looking great. And he just copped hit after hit. And yeah, basically he just, you know, I think the reason why he didn't qualify for the Olympia, he missed out by 1 point over in Korea, where he's like in lockdown in hotels and all that sort of stuff for so long, that his physique, you know, he just couldn't maintain how he's looking. Because for that first Arnold Classic Brazil, he looked great. And I'm actually glad it went the way it went, because for Samson, you know, now he's top 5 Mr. Olympia working with Mil Sarchev. So it's incredible, and so happy for Samson and how he's doing. And he looks great. I think he's improved to tonight. Not huge amounts, but I think he's definitely improved. Posing routine's amazing. And Samson, like, I know Samson personally. He's a guy that wears his heart on his sleeve. He's an emotional guy, and he's a very kind guy. He slipped a little bit in his routine, but I don't care. His routines are so nice. But he'd be beating himself up about that. I know Samson would be like, "Oh man, I just slipped and I missed that pose," and he'd be so upset about it. Nobody talks like that, but I was trying. Oh man, he loves saying that. Hashim Muhammad Salim, my guy, keep up the good work. I don't know if Salam. Sorry, man, I don't know. I don't know what it means. If that's a thank you, then thank you for the super chat, my man. So I appreciate it. Appreciate all the love from you guys. And Parky, I'm not forgetting you too for $49.99. You guys are awesome. But yeah, Samson is an incredible bodybuilder, and his routines, like, you can see the emotion and how he is through his routines. I absolutely love it. I'll bring up something on IG for Samson. I'm just going to add this for now. This is obviously from the pre-judging of the 2022 Mr Olympia. There's some photos for you guys. All right. All right, one more guy to come out. Big Ramy. Wait for Ramy to come out. Okay, Big Ramy is about to come out on stage. Let me know what you guys think. So he's walking out, and it seems like complete silence. I wonder if he's meant to have music on now. Or if he's doing one where it starts on stage. I'm hoping so. Yep. He's posing to the Game of Thrones theme. Whoa, you guys have been smashing super chats. Hold up. AED, I have no idea what amount of money that is, but Haseen Bilal, my man, thank you so much for getting him a super chat. $17.99 of, I don't know, AED. I'm not good with my currency, so my bad. And then 03 Cobra says, thanks for the coverage. Excellent job last night. Watched until end 3 a.m. my time, and tonight, best Olympia ever. Interested to see results. Shout out, my man, for sticking in. Obviously a huge bodybuilding fan. Shout out to you guys for getting him a super chat. And Parky, who did $49.99, my man. Oh, thanks to you guys. All right. Who else have we? And let me know if I've missed anyone in the super chat as well. Are we going to see posing routines? No, I won't be putting out the posing routines. Big Ramy is finishing his posing routine, or in his posing routine right now as we speak. Does he look better? Does he look worse? He's doing back shots now. See how he does it. Can he pop those lats? Better than last night. I got him as he's just coming out of it, but he's only just moving his arms. There's something going on. Yeah, it's a different look. It looks like something that would happen to someone's physique over a couple of years. He's going back to that guitar routine where I think he won the Olympia. Or maybe he's done it the last couple of years. I can't remember. Most of the time, I'm not that into it. Whoa, you guys are smashing super chats. Lucas Smokes, $13.99 Canadian. I'm assuming that's Canadian, CAA. Thank you, my man. No Canadian dollars are not super cheap, so that's awesome. Thank you so much. Is Classic done yet? Classic hasn't even been on stage in the finals yet. So we have a while to go. They're going to make these guys wait around for ages. The quad hole is quite evident on Big Ramy there. Do you guys want to see it? All right. Let me get to this and show you guys. So it seemed like he brought his back out a little bit more. Someone said crowd going crazy for Ramy. Yeah, it's going to be interesting. I'm going to get your guys' opinion on where Ramy is placing. No one knows. Big Ramy, 40% of a vote. 38% of a vote for Hadi Choopan. 11% for Derek Lunsford. Brandon Curry or Nick Walker's 12%. People don't even know. Like, it's crazy that many people think Big Ramy to me, because I thought we'd get more indication, or I thought I would have heard like through the grapevine 100%. But Bob Ciccarello said, this is why I believe that it will be that Big Ramy will be losing, is because Bob Ciccarello said, oh, you know, he obviously talks to the judges. He said, you know, oh, something, I'm no expert, but looks like we might see a new Mr. Olympia tonight or something like that. So, yeah. Yeah, Wayne Wilson says the quad hole is literally tissue necrosis on Ramy from excessive shots. That's my belief as well. I didn't have it so articulately written, but I agree. Okay. So you guys are voting so much in that poll. Let's have a look at what results are at now. 16,500 votes almost. Yep. Still sitting at the same percentages. So shout out to you guys for getting in there and voting on that. So we have an ad right now. Had all the routines. We'll be waiting a little bit for results for the Open, but we have Classic coming up. I don't know if Classic is next, but Classic should be pretty soon, that's for sure, because we've only got Bikini and Classic that haven't been on stage yet, so it's one of those two. I think they'll bring out Classic next for routines, most likely, or comparisons, and then they'll go through it. I want to make sure I didn't miss any super chats. Okay, you guys want to see a Big Ramy? Mamdou Elsbaye. Okay, we're going to men's physique now. Sorry, I forgot about men's physique. My bad. All right. Did Classic happen yet? No, Classic I assume will be after men's physique. I'm surprised they're actually not out yet, to be honest. I'm going to have a quick 5-minute break shortly, but I will put this up on the screen and you can let me know what you think about Big Ramy's back and quad holes. Okay, let me know your thoughts. So here's Big Ramy. That's just as he's moving his arms out of a back double bicep. So that's pretty much what he got to in terms of width on that back. I thought he actually wasn't going to get this wide. I mean, he moved his elbows around a little bit more, popped his back a little bit more. So slightly come out of it, but that's pretty much what he got to. So it's not the same as it used to be. I will be taking a very, very quick break soon. Let's put this up on the screen. Only for like literally a couple of minutes, then I'll be back and letting you know what is going down at 2022 Mr. Olympia. So don't go anywhere. Make sure you like this video. Just let me know what you think of that. And then I'll also show you the quad hole here as well. What do you think? That was from his posing routine at the 2022 Mr. Olympia. All right, I'll be back in just a moment, guys. And don't go anywhere. I'll put up that back shot just as I leave. But let me know what you think about the quad hole. Sorry, guys, I had my mic muted once again. Muted Xavier, you fool. Thank you, RJ. Appreciate it. But yeah, so what I was saying right now is on stage we have the men's physique. We have Chiron Holden on stage. Thick dude. People are ruthless. Like, I mute my mic to make sure that when I go and have hopefully you can hear now. You should be able to hear now. Muted maybe. Just kidding. I think you guys are messing with me now. When are we getting the results, man, for Open? So that will be at the end of the show. So we've still got a little bit to wait for the results for the Open, but we have the Classic Physique coming up soon. Let me know who you got. Let's have a look what's happening on social media. Let's see what shots we can see. And let me know if you're just joining us, do you think Ramy's quad holes will be the issue that actually keeps him from winning the 2022 Mr Olympia? And let me just change that banner at the bottom too. So you can still purchase the pay-per-view as well if you do want to watch this. And this here was from finals. And that was also from the finals as well. Let me know your thoughts on that. Is that going to be an issue? Is it not going to be an issue? Try to blow it up a bit bigger. There we go. Let me know your thoughts on that. And a lot of you guys believe Big Ramy is going to win this contest. Okay, some questions. I'll go to your questions. Dimitri Gutorin says, Xavier, you saw the guys right now. What's your top 5? So my personal top 5, I guess, like, based on what I think will happen with the judging, I will say that in first place, I would have, I mean, a lot of people saying Hadi, and a lot of people believe Hadi, but I believe Derek Lunsford will win the Mr. Olympia. I think people will be surprised. I don't think I will be, but just my opinion. So I'll say Derek Lunsford in first. I'll say Hadi Choopan in second. I'll say Brandon Curry or Nick Walker third and fourth. I'm not sure who will get that one. Life on the line, I might say, that one was close. I mean, I don't know. Third and fourth, I'd say them. In fifth place, would have Samson Dowder. Sixth place, I'd have Big Ramy. Seventh place, I would have Andrew Jacked or Hunter Labrada. So let's say they'll probably put Andrew Jacked, mate. Let's say they'll put Hunter. I think they'll put Hunter, personally. I would probably have Andrew Jacked. So I think I'll go Hunter and then Andrew Jacked in 8th. And then in 9th, I'm not sure who they'll put in 9th. I'm trying to think now. We've got Bonac in there. They've got Rafael Brandeo up there. Invalier's up there. And Mikel Crizzo's up there. Let me know who you would have in 9th place. So here's a perfect look at this. All right, let me open it up. I will share my screen. Share. Let me bring up this for you guys. So I'll try to blow that up a little bit so you can see a bit more than that. Give me 1 second. Does this work or does this make it? There we go. That's a bit better. So you obviously got Samson Dowder there on the left, Hunter Labrada there in the middle, and Andrew Jacked on the right. What do you guys think? Who do you have out of this group? This is actually from a pre-judging. Obviously giving Andrew Jack the advantage, but it's cool to see, like, you know, just even iPhone photos from the front row of Mr. Olympia. Gives you that sort of perspective. You know what it'd sort of look like if you were taking that photo yourself. But sometimes a photo still looks different to what we see in person. Let's go back up here. I know RX Muscle have a lot of good photos as well. That was obviously posted by Andrew Jacked as well, so this is obviously from pre-judging as well. Aaron Pilates, my friend who placed actually 9th in the 212 Olympia a few years back. He agrees, Derek, for him. There we go. Let me know who you guys have winning this one. It's cool that Samson was in this call out and clearly worked his way up and then got into that first call out, and seems like he's jumped from there, which was like, you know, probably he's looking at 7th and he's probably jumped into the top 5 now. So I love the way they allow these guys to actually work their way up. Let me know if you're watching this live. Would you like to actually see more call outs ever Mr. Olympia? Okay, I'm going to go to your guys' opinions and comments. Uber says Ramy, Nick, Hadi, Derek, Brandon, Samson. Ramy. I just took a second to process that. I know a lot of people are saying Hadi. We're saying Hadi won because you think he's going to win. It's not over yet. That's for sure. You guys blind. Hadi won. Yeah, I prefer the look of Derek, and I think they might go for Derek, even though most of you are saying, only I think 11 or so % of you guys are saying Derek Lunsford will win this 2022 Mr. Olympia. So by that, you know, if you're going just on percentages, it's a pretty low percentage chance that Derek Lunsford will win it based on, you know, the fan opinion, but I have a feeling. Let's have a look. I think they're giving some results now for the men's physique. I'll let you guys know. All right. When is Classic? Classic will be coming up soon. Rafael Brandao. I think Rafael is awesome. Like, this structure is next level. And just the muscle bellies, like everything about his physique, there is no, you don't see any sign of any bad shots. Like, I can't see anything on his physique. And even if there was something very minor, it wouldn't matter that much because the rest of him makes up for it. It's just like the perfect bodybuilding physique. If you could just add a bit more size, and that's what he needs in the modern era of bodybuilding, then this guy could be Mr. Olympia. He has the cleanest lines. I just hate that he has to add a certain amount of size, but might make him lose these lines. You know, his midsection might have to come out a bit. You know, I don't like that. I think this should be rewarded higher than it's even being rewarded. Let me know your thoughts on that. Are you a big fan of Rafael, or do you think that he should definitely need more mass? I mean, maybe he should need a little bit more, but maybe it should take him from, you know, a bit more mass on his physique should take him from maybe being 7th in this lineup is where I'd probably have him. From 7th, and the more mass would put him up into that contending point. But he'd have to add more mass to get to like 7th, and then more mass again to really try to push into the top 3. And I would, people saying he looks more classic, but yeah, compare him to guys back in the 90s. You put this physique back in the 90s, this, I think we'd be looking at like old photos of him next to like these greats and saying how good Rafael is. Because Kevin Levrone, when he came back, he said that the guys these days are much bigger. Like, he made comment on that. So anyway, if you guys are in this live chat, make sure you give this video a thumbs up, smash that like button, and let me know your thoughts and comment. It helps out the video, and let's see if we can get this 3,500 people up to about like 3.8 and hit 4K eventually. Go to the results. Sorry, guys. So it's Aaron Banks or Brandon Hendrickson for the win. I have Brandon. From the back, I would probably have Aaron Banks. Brandon looks concerned. All right. Okay, do you guys want to hear this a little bit? See if this works. Can you guys hear that?
Oh! Wow, sir.
Wow. Aaron Banks just beat Brandon Hendrickson. Just beat him. So Brandon Hendrickson loses. Let me plug my headphones back in. So Brandon Hendrickson gets beaten. Aaron Banks is the new men's physique Mr. Olympia. All right. I don't think Brandon was his very best. I thought he could have been maybe like a tiny bit sharper, but he does not look. He he looks uncomfortable and not happy, particularly. Oh no, he's smiling. But yeah, that obviously sucked to lose the Olympia title. That's for sure. Yeah. Cruz says New York, new champion, Derek Lunsford. Who won Open, hasn't been on yet. Oh, we have been on, but not the results. Xavier Hadi is the champ. Derek is the people's champ. That might happen, yeah. I think whoever. So it would really suck for Derek Lunsford if Hadi Choopan wins the people's champ again and then also wins the Olympia. But I think that Hadi Choopan. Okay, so if you guys want to go on conspiracies, Hadi Choopan. Let me pull up a picture of Hadi Choopan while we talk about him. So find some pictures of Hadi while we're talking about him at least. Whoa. I don't know what just. Do you guys get that massive feedback in your ears? I don't know this. I don't know what just happened to the stream, but it just went fuzzy and was very loud in my ear. Okay. That's it. Yeah, so got Hadi up on the screen right here. This is an Aaron Banks. He's Olympia acceptance speech. You men's physique champ, yeah. Someone just said they love me. Xavier, I love you. We are correct. Thank you. All right. So what were we saying about Hadi Choopan? Sorry, guys, I got distracted. What are my ears? All right, so what do you guys think? Hadi Choopan? Do you think he's winning his 2022 Mr. Olympia, or do you have someone else? So, yeah, what I was saying about Hadi Choopan. So, Hadi Choopan, you've got to imagine more fans think that Hadi Choopan is winning this 2022 Mr. Olympia than Derek Lunsford. Obviously, internationally, he's very, very popular. When you look at the votes, 42% of fans are saying Big Ramy will win the 2022 Mr. Olympia. So maybe Big Ramy will get People's Champ. I think it has to be Big Ramy or Hadi Choopan that will win the People's Champ. Just realistically, because only 10% of you guys now in this have Derek Lunsford winning the Mr. Olympia. That might be because of an international thing. More of you guys from international countries are in the chat, Egyptians and all that sort of stuff. So Egyptians and Iranians and you guys that are in the chat, you might be more prevalent. So let me know if you're from one of those countries. Throw up your flags or whatever, and let me know. But you'd have to think one of those guys is going to win the People's Champ by vote. So you'd think Hadi, if he wins a Mr. Olympia, he'd probably win the People's Champ as well, most likely. But if Derek Lunsford wins the People's Champ, then you could say, yeah, okay, most likely they're just giving it to Derek Lunsford because, potentially that vote doesn't count. That's what the conspiracy theorists would say. But let me know what you think about that. And if you think that if Hadi Choopan wins the Mr. Olympia, if they would give the People's Champ to Derek Lunsford. Where is Big Ramy, people are saying? He'd be backstage somewhere right now. And they're going to be waiting the whole rest of the comp for results, basically. So, is this an issue? Let me know. Okay, let me check the poll results now. 42. More of you guys are saying Big Ramy. Maybe because he was compared better at finals. He got moved into the middle. So some of you guys are thinking that Big Ramy will win this, but it seems like it's going to go one of two ways. Big Ramy is going to be 4th, 5th, 6th, something around there. Or someone's saying I'm American in the chat. I'm not American. I live in Australia. Xavier, I'm American. I even think Hadi won. Yeah, that's true. There will be people in America as well that will be voting for Hadi Choopan on that People's Choice Award or People's Champ Award. So, what's on stage now? Okay, so Flex Wheel is interviewing Aaron Banks. All right. What do you guys want to see? Okay. Let me go to your questions. So if you have any questions, let me know about the call outs, anything like that. What's going down at the 2022 Mr Olympia, where you think where do you you can ask me where I think guys will place, all that sort of stuff. And shout out to all the other champs from all these other divisions as well. So we've got Francella, I hope, Matos, Isabel Nunez, Angela Borges, Cassandra Gillis, and then we've got in 5th, I'm not even going to try to pronounce that name, Ryan Fogel de Souza Santana. Yep. And then even women's bodybuilding, no surprises. Andrea Shaw wins once again. Angela Yo in 2nd, Heli Trevino 3rd, Margie Martin in 4th, and then Branka and yep. And then in the fitness, Missy Truscott wins it. Jacqueline Baker in 2nd. Ariel Kadar, Martin, the partner of Martin Fitzwater, finishes in 3rd place. Sarah Kovac in 4th, and then in 5th, Michelle Fredua Menza. And then, so happy to see this for Natalia Coelho. She wins this one, beats Sarah Villegas, who, didn't really miss the mark, but I think that Natalia just came back that much better. And I think maybe Sarah was a little bit overdieted where she didn't just have that pop from the front. So yeah, Natalia looked absolutely insane. Brooke Walker, who I think is amazing. If she won Miss Olympia in the physique, I would not have complained whatsoever. So big fan of her. Barbara Menage in 4th, and then Ivy Rain in 5th. Sydney Gillen won the figure as well. In 2nd, Jessica Reyes Padilla. 3rd, Lola Montez, and then 4th, Josie Nathali Alacon Becerra, and then Natalia Soltero in 5th. And Sean Clarita winning the 212, of course. This dude is like 5'2", 5'1", something like that. He's won 2 212 Olympia titles. He's way under the weight cap, so he's not even going close to filling it out. Who would have thunk that was going to be a guy that wins, an Olympia at all, let alone, multiple. So shout out to Sean Clarita. Let me get back to the chat. And we've got a super chat too. Menez, shout out to you, my man. Hopefully I haven't missed any more. Let me know if you have any questions as well. I'll try not to miss them, but unless it's a super chat, it's pretty easy to miss the questions. Okay. So we've got results of the men's physique Olympia. Aaron Banks wins it, beats Brandon Hendrickson if you're just joining us now. Okay, so he's on the screen right now. Do you guys have the backstage footage up on the screen right now where Flex Wheeler is interviewing people? I just want to make sure I haven't somehow gone off the actual mainstream or something. Wow, I'm way behind all your guys' comments. Okay. Classic, they must be next. Coming up very, very soon. And just let me know what's on the screen right now if you are watching the pay-per-view. Someone said Ramy's 2 wives filing divorce papers. And Ramy, apparently, I think he does have 2 wives. That's like confirmed. And they can have up to 4 wives. I think Dennis James said he thinks on a podcast the other day. So you guys showing your support for all your favorites. Let me know who you want to win Classic Physique and also the live. Gilbert Te? Come on, Xavier, show us some of that good stuff you're watching. I know, man. All right. Oh, I fall behind on comments again. And questions. Okay, so I'll show the opposing views of what I say. So stop being ridiculous. This is open bodybuilding. Brandau is so small, he would be dwarfed next to 90 bodybuilders, Ronnie Coleman, Dorian Yates, and even Kevin Levrone himself. I mean, late 90s Ronnie, yeah. So I'd understand him getting beaten there, but I don't think, I think saying that, I just think that seeing him next to like 93 Flex Wheeler, yeah, 93 Flex Wheeler was amazing, but I think size-wise, Raphael would still be bigger. Like, you look at the weight difference. Like, Raphael is like actually way heavier than everyone thinks. So height to weight ratio, he's bigger and he has amazing lines. Yeah, he doesn't have the same level of craziness that Flex Wheeler had in 93, but he has an amazing physique. And I think looking back, once Raphael's career is done, we're going to look at him in a very, very good light. All right, super chat. Menez, more money. Thank you, my man. Nick has no appealing front lat compared to anyone. Thank you for everything, man. Great job. Shout out to you, my man. Appreciate it. Let me know where you're from. I'm going to guess. I don't know. Actually, I'm not going to guess. Brian, please stop just copying and pasting. Okay. All right. Okay, we're back on the main stage. It says backstage in the top corner of my screen, but at least we are live. Who do we have now? I think Bob's just acknowledging some people in the crowd, like Flex Lewis and former champs. Flex Lewis has been killing it this weekend. His Dragon's Lair gym is absolutely ridiculously packed all the time. Like, from what I've heard, it's like just crazy, but they look after all the athletes and they've done an amazing job. So shout out to the Dragon's Lair. I can't wait to get over there as well to check it out and see what we've got going on over there in Vegas and check out all the gyms. It sounds like it's just a really cool like gym scene, and not gym scene, that sounds ridiculous. But it just seems like it's a good bodybuilding culture almost there, I think we have Classic about to come on stage, I believe. Shout out to Superset Man as well. Use this in one of my videos earlier. Oh yeah, we have Classic on stage right now. Go back to RX Muscle. And I'll get some screen capture. Actually, no, I'll put something else up on the screen for you guys. Just give me 1 second. I'll show you some of the Classic. Let's put this on the screen for now. So who do we have on stage? Let me just check for you guys. Okay, we have a call out now with Fabian Mayer, who's in the middle with Wesley Visses. Give each other a little fist bump. You got Michael de Bull on the left, and then you have Alex Cambronero on the right. This is like, if this was a pro show, you'd go, this is a next level lineup. Obviously, this is like the second call out sort of thing at the Olympia. Okay, so get something up on the screen for you guys so you can see what is going down at 2022 Classic Physique Olympia Finals. They just basically went straight into a call out, and it looks like it's like the second call out. All right. Let me just wait for this to load. My computer's doing a lot right now. All right. Okay, I'm going to show you guys what Wesley Visses is looking like at this contest at the finals. There you go, guys. Wesley Visses on the left. We've got Alex Cambronero there on the right. Okay, we have the final call out by the looks of it. I don't know if I'll do another one after this or not. We have from left to right now, we have Urs Kalecinski, we have Breon Ansley, we have Ramon Dino. They're just panning across the lineup. They're switching them all around anyway. I'll wait till they switch them around. We've got Mike Summerfield up there. We've got Terrence Ruffin. And, of course, we have Chris Bumstead. Let's see how Ramon is looking standing next to Chris Bumstead. Okay. So front double bicep. I'm going to call this pose by pose. Okay, they're sort of scanning across the lineup. Mike Summerfield's shape is crazy. He's right next to Chris Bumstead, so it looks like he's pushed into the top 4. He's brought good enough conditioning, and he's got a bit more, I don't know, size or maturity to his muscle where it's enough to jump up there. But if he can bring better conditioning again and just bring it like really sharp, he'll be dangerous. Like, well, he's dangerous. Obviously, he's top 4 in the world by the looks of it. Now, Breon Ansley it looks like he's fighting for 3rd place almost, because Urs is on the outside, and I mean, on the back double, yeah, Breon is like next level. But I just think on some of these other poses, I thought Urs would get ahead of him. But Breon, I think, I'm just so impressed with what Breon actually still brings, you know? Okay, they're switching Urs with Mike Summerfield. So we have Ramon and Cbum in the middle. Urs is going to be fighting for 3rd right now. Ab and thigh, Urs looks good. Ramon just looks down at himself on that ab and thigh. It's like, it just doesn't look good. It doesn't look confident. I think the one thing we can take away from this contest is that Ramon needs to work on his posing to be able to move up. That's what Classic is, you know? Yeah, Classic is awesome. It's such a cool class. Okay. It was just literally 2 call-outs at finals for Classic, and that's it. If they take forever on some of these other classes, I mean, men's physique took a while. If they only do top 5 routines or something, hopefully all these guys do their routines at least. And I think their routines aren't going to be particularly long from what I've heard as well, which their routines should be longer. Man, you can't be saying that in the chat. All right. Who have you got? Who have you got in the Classic? Let me know. Let me know who you got placing where. Oh, man. Why is people... Some people are harsh. All right. So let me show you. You guys can let me know who you've got. Ramon. Yep, they're doing top 5 routines by the sounds of it. Yep, we've only got top 5 routines for the Classic, which to me, like all these guys would prepare a routine. You got 59 guys in the lineup. like 59 guys are putting in their music, I guess, and 5 of them are doing their routine. I mean, they should be able to. The other ones should be able to do their routine in the expo or something. Like it's a waste, you know. They've got some amazing routines in the classic physique. Why not put it in the expo? Have 2 stages in the expo. To me, it doesn't make sense, you know. At least allow the top 10, probably, you know. Have an extra night if you need to. But anyway, there we go. So that's the last call out of the Classic Physique Olympia. It didn't come down to a final 2 like it did at the prejudging, which I would have liked to have seen, but I think they're worried about the timing of this show. But we don't have, like, waiting for results. Yeah, you can't have it too late because East Coast wise, you don't want this show finishing at 3 a.m. again. It's just too late, you know. But at the same time, people were paying for the classic. Like my stream this morning I think it's got 250,000 views all up now. And that was for the classic, essentially. That's all it was for. So the classic is getting so much attention. Sorry guys, I'm getting thirsty. It's getting so much attention that these guys should get more time because that's what's making more money. It's getting more attention. So people love classic. All these guys should be making at least half of what the Opens guys make in terms of prize money. I know it hasn't been around long, but in terms of popularity, if you want these guys to stay in classic and to grow it and become these big personalities like Urs, he's a pretty big personality. Breon has been. Ramon, he's like this guy from the jungle in Brazil, like that everyone loves. That's like a fan favorite. Terrence Ruffin, one of the greatest posers of all time, the Black Swan. And we've got Mike Sommerfeld. We don't have enough personality from him. Love to see more of him, find out more about him. I don't know if he speaks English or not. I'll actually reach out to him, see if he can do an interview. And we've got Chris Bumstead, 12.2 million followers, probably more right now. Brett Wilkin was telling me how you can't walk down the street with Chris Bumstead because he just, like, they were walking down the street in Miami and they said, oh, they had to be somewhere at a certain time. And he was like, we have to start walking quicker because people just started to swarm him. And it's crazy. So he's actually telling a story on Fuad's podcast how he got high with Cbum and they were in Canada for an expo and they got high and they went out on the street and I was walking down the street and he said Cbum quickly walked down an alley because they saw a bunch of young kids wearing Gymshark stuff, and obviously Cbum was, you know, not as popular as he is now, but popular enough to where he would get swarmed by these kids and ask for photos. And he said, no. He's like, I can't deal with him right now. Too high. He's just too high to be able to deal with kids coming up to him and asking for photos and everything nonstop. So I like Cbum. Everyone likes Cbum. And then we have that. I think that's a cool shot. Like, I can't wait to see a photo of this with the Olympia trophy in the background. This is the one advantage to having that bronze statue in the background behind bronze guys where it's directly, you know, there's no contrast. So it makes it just way harder to see. But at least that would look cool by a good photographer. With that in the middle, if you can get that straight on, with those guys both hitting that pose, that would look crazy. And I think something they need to prioritize as well is having the media and photographers and videographers all set up in the right locations and stopping this on the angle. It must be a thing there with where they're actually shooting the show from or something where they can't get in the center, because I thought through the other classes it was dead on, but I might be wrong. I don't know. I'm looking at it now. It is from the side. Urs is a beautiful poser. Everyone loves a Miracle Bear. Do you guys think that the Miracle Bear Urs Kalecinski was shafted a little bit at the prejudging and obviously the finals? Because it seems like he might not get top 3, and some people were picking him to, you know, place top 2 in this show. Some people maybe even picking him for the win, but most analysts had Cbum winning this show. But his posing is just so good. It's captivating like Lee Labrada was. Like it's like I will go back and watch this just to like appreciate and enjoy the routine, you know. Don't we like want to see that sort of stuff in bodybuilding? So why isn't this judged in open pro bodybuilding? The artisticness. That's not very good English, but yeah, just the level. I'm going to say artisticness to his posing is just amazing because not many guys have that. The way he hits his shots, like I just took a screen capture just to show you guys just sort of what I mean. But if you guys didn't get the pay-per-view, you're missing out a little bit, unfortunately. But I will show you. And while Ramon right now has the superior physique, it just, if you can present it so much better, I think that's where where Urs sort of, I wouldn't say pulls ahead because Ramon is obviously beating Urs at this show, but that's where Urs makes up big ground and makes it close between him and Ramon. So Ramon on his own, he looks like Mr. Olympia. Oh, muted myself again. I know. No sound. But what I'm saying is about the Miracle Bear, Urs Kalecinski. He, like the way he poses, the energy he puts into his posing, the artisticness to it, it's just next level. And I'm looking away from the chat because everyone's going to be saying my sound's off. Mike Summerfield, I've got to show you guys a screen capture of him. Oh, the stream's gone a little bit laggy for me. Flex Wheeler's actually doing commentary right now, and he's commenting on how everyone's been a good poser so far. So that's how good these guys are. You just see the way Urs shapes his physique here, like his calves even. It adds to his physique. I don't know how much the judges will actually notice that. It looked a little bit more noticeable in person. I just think it lines up well with his quad, and if he had no calves there, I think his physique would just look very different. Like his legs, you'd go, oh yeah, he's got good legs, but it just wouldn't be the same. So I think that adds something to his physique, and it adds a certain amount of balance. And you can see the lines, you know, from this ankle up through here, it lines up with his shoulder. And it just creates those clean lines, and the way he's looking down his arm, lines up, his hand lines up with his head, and that's, you know, the shoulders line up nicely with his elbow. You've got all those lines, and people don't realize that actually is what makes these poses look artistic and look clean. Those like clean lines and everything lining up and everything facing the same sort of direction. So not necessarily all the time, but you can see it, you know, that lining up, or at least it's sort of on the same plane, you know, looking in the same direction. Just, you know, that's not a mistake from Urs. Let me go back to the stream. We've got Chris Bumstead on stage right now. If you're watching this live, let me know what you're thinking about Chris Bumstead and how he looks on stage. Yeah, he looks awesome. Chris Bumstead should be the 2022 Classic Physique Mr. Olympia. And I'm predicting that Chris Bumstead will retire on stage because he's gone back to the same haircut, the same mustache, the same getup as he had back in 2019. He said he took in a photo, I think it was, of himself from 2019 to the barber and said, give me that. And it's back in Vegas. I think Chris Bumstead is nostalgic. And I will show you. Let's have a look. Crazy physique. You forget how good Cbum is. He could definitely beat guys that are much bigger than him. Or much bigger in bodybuilding, open bodybuilding. I don't know, but he could beat guys that are bigger than him for sure. All right. You guys want Cbum? There you go. There's Chris Bumstead in his routine of 2022 Classic Physique Mr. Olympia. And he has a different style to Urs. Like you'll say, okay, it doesn't line up. It's not like he's leaning right over and lining it all up perfectly, but you can see lines up across the shoulders. He's turning his hips enough to make his waist look even smaller, then sticking that hand right into the hip. Lat comes out awesome, flexing the arm at the same time. He's on that leg. You know, he's got tension on the quads, the cut's coming out, pulling a bit of a vacuum at the same time. And even though might be this issue or this injury or whatever's going on here with the bicep, it does look different to me. It's not enough to matter because this whole physique is what we're looking at. Even if this isn't perfect right here on that bicep, the rest just outweighs it. It's a different physique. And, you know, while it might not be the exact perfectly rounded quads and all that sort of stuff, it just works. You can see when it's up there how good Chris Bumstead actually looks. So, but let me know how you see this Classic Physique Olympia playing out. Seems like it'll be Chris Bumstead 1, Ramon Dino 2nd. In 3rd place, though, we don't know. It could be Breon Ansley. It could be Urs Kalecinski. It could be Terrence Ruffin even, potentially. I don't know. When is the announcement? Okay, we have our awards for the Classic Physique Olympia Top 5. We've got Mike Summerfield. That's who I forgot. So we've got Breon Ansley. We've got Urs Kalecinski. We have Ramon Dino. We have Mike Summerfield. And we have Chris Bumstead. So Terrence Ruffin is out of the top 5 after placing 2nd last year. Ooh, my stream's getting a little laggy. Might just be because I'm running a few things at once. Let me close some. When will the finals start? The finals is on now, my man. They're announcing the Classic Physique Olympia as we speak. So in 5th, we have Mike Summerfield. Oh, my stream's getting a bit yuck. Let me know how your stream's going. Let me refresh this. Okay, let's see what we've got. I'm a little bit behind on the stream. Let me catch up. Okay, Breon got 4th. We got next. Urs in 3rd. Good performance by Breon Ansley, honestly. Like, I thought he might have got 3rd for a little bit based on some of those call-outs, but Urs is into the top 3, moves up a spot this year. Let's see, we got the 2 guys in the middle. We're going to announce the winner next. Flex Wheel was saying how he doesn't like that they announce the winner's name and not the 2nd place because the 2nd guy gets sort of shafted, but I like it. I think they have to announce the winner's name, not 2nd, and then the other person just goes, oh, you know. They do that in some divisions, but I think for these big ones, I like announcing the winner. So, Cbum or Ramon, who we got? Who do you guys have? We're about to announce it. Do you want to hear it? At least to hear the announcement. Who do you guys have? Still. Cbum wins, deservedly too. Chris Bumstead wins his 4th Classic Physique Mr Olympia. I'll try to close a few things so my stream doesn't lag too much. Close a few pages. All right. So Chris Bumstead wins. We have Ramon Dino in 2nd. 3rd, we have Urs Kalecinski. And in 4th, we have Breon Ansley. And in 5th, we have Mike Sommerfeld for the 2022 Classic Physique Mr. Olympia. Let me know what you guys think. Where did Neil Curry place? We don't know. Unfortunately, we only did some people funny in the chat. Let's see if we can get someone in the chat. Let's see if we can get Brett Wilkin in here. Just opening up my WhatsApp now. Hopefully these notifications don't come through loud. I'll plug my headphones in actually. Because it might go nuts. People saying crying dinosaur emojis. Hey, like Ramon Dino killed it. Like he looked absolutely next level. Okay, so Cbum wins once again. Classic Physique Mr. Olympia, 4-time. Okay, so we're going to talk to him. I reckon he's going to retire. Let me know. Do you think he'll retire or not? If he retires, I'll unplug it. And you guys can hear his retirement. Or at least something. To prove that I was right. Mine's getting all laggy. Let me just... Actually, I don't want to refresh it. Bob's coming out to speak to Cbum right now. And my thing literally stops at the same time. All right, I'm going to refresh it. Okay, I went back a little bit. Okay, I'm a little bit behind on the stream now. Seems like. Might just be catching up. Who is 2nd? Ramon Dino was 2nd. Urs Kalecinski in 3rd. Someone said Terrence got 7th. I don't know how you know that. They only announced top 5, so Terrence was probably 6th. Okay, Cbum's on stage now. About to speak to him. I'm getting a laggy stream right now. Okay, my stream is super laggy. Let me know if anyone else is like that. People saying not retiring. Yeah, Cbum will go for 4 or 5. I don't know. If he starts to announce a retirement, I'll give you a sound. I feel like no one deserves to miss that. Oh, shout out. Zetriz, if Ramon is a dinosaur, Cbum is the meteor. That's good. He said he's not retiring. Here we go.
Beautiful that people thought that, because I think it shows that I'm learning to really enjoy the moment and the journey and be present in this, because a lot of people don't have the opportunity to.
He's not retiring. He said he's going nowhere. I was wrong. Lee Priest was wrong.
I wish I'd been a little more present, enjoyed that a little more. And I think the fact people think I'm done is because I'm actually here, enjoying it now. And it's a beautiful thing. I met a friend of mine, Zach Hunsinger, this summer in June, and he had a cancer. And he was 19 battling for the 3rd time, and he told me something that you don't have to be dying to start living. And he was 19 years old to cancer for the 3rd time, and the most present, grateful man I had ever met in my life. And I wore his bracelet up until I got my tan. But he taught me, and it was one of those beautiful.
That's cool. Cbum was saying for his.
Sadly passed a month after, so he taught me that lesson. But his lessons stick with me forever, and that's something that I want to pass on to everyone. Just enjoying the moment, being present, love your family, just like sit here, soak it all in. And I had a moment.
Someone said you Aussies always wrong.
Soak this in. These moments come once a year, and I started crying. I was like, "You're so right." Like,
Cbum's crying.
so rare,
That's man, that's emotional. I'll turn it down a little bit and let you guys know sort of what he's saying if you couldn't hear it properly. He's basically talking about a friend of his that was only 19, passed away from cancer, unfortunately. But he basically said that he's not retiring, and he said that he learnt this lesson from this, his friend that died from cancer, unfortunately this year. And he said he wore his bracelet every day, and it's I literally do exactly the same thing for something that will remain unnamed. I wear this bracelet every day for something, and it reminds you of something. It means something to him, so that's really, really cool that Cbum, wins it. And sort of, I think the guy said to him, he said, you don't have to be dying to basically appreciate the present, to appreciate life, or something along to that. Sorry, to that essence. You guys probably heard it, but yeah, he's absolutely right. And yeah, Cbum deserves this win. 4-time Olympia champ. I think he's going to go for 5. And maybe even 6. He loves like the whole Jordan thing. So I think Jordan has 6 championships. So he's going for 5 or 6, it seems like. And Cbum is going to probably hold that. Well, he has to hold that title of the most winningest Classic Physique Olympia champion at least for a few more years, because if anyone's going to get ahead of him, it's either going to have to be Breon Ansley, who's going to have to come back and win at least another 2 titles from here, which I don't think is happening, because he's moving to the 212 reportedly, regardless of the result from this contest. So, yeah, Cbum wins once again. Congrats to him. Always has a great speech, and this one was meaningful. So, yeah, as Tootie Barrera says, Cbum won and it was not that close. I agree with that. But hey, all these guys were next level. Ramon, Urs, Mike Summerfield, he came up. He looked next level. Urs is next. Yeah, we don't know though, but he's holding until he retires. Yeah, it looks like that might be the way. This contest might not go as late as last night. Bob's talking about taking Kratom now. All right. Cbum wins, yeah. Congrats to Cbum. We have the Open coming up very soon, I'm sure. Okay, they have the Fans' Choice Award. Do you think it'll be Derek? If it's Derek Lunsford, I say he's not winning the 2022 Mr. Olympia. Fans' Choice. Okay, Nick Walker won the Fans' Choice. Okay, that sort of can make sense, because Nick Walker is super popular, but I still didn't think it'd be Nick Walker. Like, people are voting, Fans' Choice Award. Yeah, but I suppose Nick is popular, but I still thought Hadi or Ramy, based on their demographic and being from those countries and how hardcore fans they are, that they would, one of them would win the Fans' Choice Award. But I don't know how this was actually voted for this year. I don't know if it's people in the venue or what it was. And in person, people love freaks too, so. That's going to make Nick feel good too. Yeah, I think Urs glutes didn't quite come through as well tonight from Tootie Barrera. I just think, I don't know what it was, to be honest. Nick Walker, People's Champ. That is correct. All right. All right. Okay, so I just want to put up on the screen this so people can see what is going on. Cbum wins 4th Classic Physique Olympia, and he is not retiring. At least not yet. So what do we have now? I think it'll be Bikini, yeah. Okay, they have the individual bikini presentations. I'm not sure if it's the top 5, 10, 20, or how many they're doing in bikini. I might take a quick little break shortly, but I will try to find something quickly, something from the finals for the men, so I can show you guys that. I'm not talking about the live stream, but I will find something. And let me know who you guys have winning the Open. Do you have Big Ramy, Hadi Choopan, Derek Lunsford? I have Derek Lunsford, but that's just me. And it probably won't go that way, to be honest, but that's who I would have in that top 2. All right. Actually, I'll put up on the screen now the People's Champ, Nick Walker. All right, so I'll put Nick Walker up on the screen right now. Okay. There you go, guys. Nick Walker, he is your 2022 People's Champ. There you go. And I'll be back in a couple of minutes. Okay, I'll remove myself from the stream and I'll be back in 3 minutes, guys. And we'll have the men's open results up very soon and the bikini results. What's up, desktopers? We are back once again. Hopefully my mic is working this time. Let me know if I'm all good. Looks like it is. And let me know what you think is going down. Let me check back in on the stream for you guys and see what's happening. At 2022 Mr. Olympia, Ramon Dino is being interviewed by Tarek El Gindi backstage of Primetime Muscle. And obviously with Muscle Contest as well, promote stuff all around the world, especially in Brazil, South America, down there. Okay. You guys are going at it in the chat. If you have not liked this stream yet as well, give this stream a thumbs up, smash that like button. Also, subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell button. I'm going to have a lot of post-Olympia content coming out. Also, opinions from the guys from Bodybuilding University too. I'll get them on hopefully ASAP when they're all free and it all lines up, hopefully. And we can discuss the 2022 Mr. Olympia. And I'll shoot Brett a message and see if he wants to jump on this live stream by chance. If he's still awake, because obviously, you know, he's over there on the East Coast. And I saw a super chat from Menez. Where did people vote for People's Champ? Definitely wouldn't vote for Nick. I don't know where that was, to be honest. That was unusual. People saying Hadi was a People's Champ. No, it was actually Nick. He won the People's Champ. And I don't know where people voted, to be honest. I didn't see that. Maybe it was in venue voting, but to me, I don't think that would have been Nick Walker. So that did surprise me. And we have the bikini girls on right now. Yeah, I think they're doing their individual walkouts, quick ones. Issa Pacini's coming on stage now. I'll announce all those results, but I'll still focus on the open guys for now. Let's see what buys and tries have. It's all from Gilco Production, so let's go there. He's first and second from the 2022 Classic Physique Olympia. I'll make sure I write things on the screen. There we go. Cbum on the left. And obviously Urs and Miracle Bear on the right. Bring on. These photos are sick. I love them. Like, so cool. Terrence Ruffin, who's outside the top 5, which was a shock. Ramon Dino back there. Rough Diesel. Wesley Visses, he actually got up there in the call-outs as well, so he'd be happy with his placing. I'm sure he's going to be around that, maybe like 7th place, 8th place, somewhere in there, I'd say. Urs and Miracle Bear. These guys are coming in great condition in this class. Love to see it. Awesome separation. Like, look at that. I think that he needs to work on his posing, but it's just the insertions and everything are amazing. Brand Hendrickson, only good enough for second. Aaron Banks, your eventual winner. Like, let me know what you think about that. Aaron Banks beating Brandon Hendrickson. There's Brandon. There's Aaron. How good are these photos? Seriously. Tyler Mannion. Okay, here's all the judges. Steve Weinberger. I feel bad, not sure. I believe that's Sally Williamson. Terrible names. There's Tarek El Gindi. He looks sad here. He would not like this photo at all. And Mo Masawi there from New Zealand as well. Cbum as he's walking out. These photos by Gilco Productions, these are going to go down as like legendary shots. How good is that? That's so cool. So he must have jumped off the stage at the, or was this before, after he got off stage, or backstage? Or probably backstage, I guess, maybe. This is cool. Look at that. That is just such quality. What do you guys think? What do you think about Cbum? We're waiting on the open results right now. I will announce them as they become available. Oh, that dude's spamming the chat. You need to go, man. Timeout. Chat just keeps moving, though. There we go, catch up. Don't spam chat, guys. Give me an honest opinion and don't just copy paste. How good is this? Like, even though you can pick out, okay, maybe he's got a bicep injury and there's a little bit something going on with one of his quads. This is still so quality, and he still is smashing the lineup. I still think that he won this easily. And that sounds bad because Ramon is spectacular, but this detail and dryness, he's very dry. When he first sort of came out, I thought maybe he's a little bit flat, and maybe he had a tiny bit of flatness just in the upper back where it's not popping in 3D as much as previous years, as a couple of years ago. But in other areas, he improved, I think. And this sort of detail and granite look, I think that's just from more hard work and hard training. It seems like he stayed on it all year and he wanted to improve, and he improved. So almost 4,000 of you in the chat. If you have not liked this stream yet, make sure you give it a thumbs up, smash that like button. Okay, what are they announcing now? Okay, Daraja Hill places 5th and she gets 7K US. I think it was 5th. So these are the awards for the bikini, and then we'll be going into the awards for the men, for the men's open. So we have a men's open coming up very, very soon, and we'll find out. Another super chat from Zetriz. His side chest is perfection. Yeah, Cbum side chest. Let me go back to that. Let me show you this side chest. And the crazy thing is, on stage, it looks close with some other guys, somewhat, you know. So it shows how good these other guys are too. Like, I don't think the streams give these guys pretty much the credit. And guys, don't just keep copying and pasting the same thing. Time out, you guys. People saying Ramy, show your support, but don't just keep spamming the same thing. But that side chest, that is next level. I'm trying to keep up with your guys' comments, but it's hard to. Okay, I need to put you in timeout. Don't just spam the chat. Super annoying. All right, there we go. Now you guys can actually speak in there properly. Thumbs up and like this as well, because we do have results coming up, and you will be finding out who wins the 2022 Mr Olympia. Let me put this up so you can see a bit of the photos from the pre-judging this morning. Let me know what you think. Who do you have? If you are watching the finals and you have seen anything from the finals, let me know who you have. Oh, chat spammers. Breaking Boogeyman accepts Olympia title from Mr. Deeds. I like it. It's like the side chest of Dorian, the Cbum one. Yeah, it's got a certain level of hardness. Like, people, I think some of the guys these days that get ultra hard don't get the credit for it, because like a lot of people like to say, thank you, my man, Alan Espejo. I have no idea, dude. Sorry. Someone said I'm kind of like a Ramon Dino in the face. Man, I think that's a compliment. Okay, sorry. We're down to the winner, so I've missed this one. All right. It's Jen Dory or someone else? This Marine girl, I had no idea who she was. She beats Jen Dory, so she's a new Bikini Olympia champion. Yeah, she looks incredible. I think everyone thought Jen Dory was going to win that, so Looks like Ashley Coltwasser actually beat Laura Leach Pardos in this lineup as well. So looks like Ashley was probably third by the way they're standing. Yeah, she was third. And Laura Lee was most likely, yeah, she's obviously fourth or fifth. And yeah, she was fourth, Laura Lee, I believe. Might be wrong on that. But yeah, we have the men's results coming up very, very soon. I'll actually change the bottom of the screen so that reflects that. Coming up soon, guys. Men's results. We'll find out who's your 2022 Mr. Olympia. I'm saying Derek Lunsford, even though that is not the popular opinion. I do have a what's it called, a poll up right now, and more of you guys are voting for Big Ramy. I don't know if that's just more of you guys that are from Egypt in the chat or what it is, but 44% of you guys are voting for Big Ramy to win the 2022 Mr. Olympia. 31,271 votes. 35% saying Hadi Choopan, only 9% saying Derek Lunsford now, and 11% saying Brandon Curry or Nick Walker. So I'd be surprised now if Derek Lunsford wins based on that poll, but I just have a feeling that Derek Lunsford, they might give it to him. I just think that his back shots are so impressive, and I think when you get the up-close footage, you get to see how crisp Derek Lunsford is from the back, and it's a different, like Hadi has that more granite depth to the muscle, more density, I guess you'd say, especially through the chest and shoulders. That's the one area. But as well, when you say the chest and shoulders, the shoulders are a little bit jacked up. So, yeah, I don't know. How do you judge it? I think this is our first Bikini Olympia champion of Asian descent as well. So, I believe her name is Maureen or something. Something to that nature. Okay. Let me pull up. So we have almost 5,000 people in here. If you have not liked this video yet, make sure you do. If you're in the live chat on your phone, just exit out of the live chat for 1 second. Click the thumbs up, click straight back on the live chat, and you'll be right back. Someone asked me when I'll be back in the US. I'm not sure at this moment. Hopefully at some point, hopefully for next year's Mr. Olympia, or maybe just before that, you know, in a little lead up, I'd love to do it. Who's Xavier? I am Xavier. I think someone's saying, where am I at? I'm in Tasmania, Australia. We have Tasmania has about a population of about 500,000, and it's awesome place. It's a little bit cold, but it's awesome. I'm saying rest in peace, Joe Rogan. I don't think so. Thank you. I'm the worst commentator. Do you have a beef with Fuad? No. I do not. I don't think so. So let me pull up. Do we have any fresh screenshots? Okay. Let me show you guys something here. Let's pull it up. Sorry, guys, I've got a lot of screens going on right now. Okay, so this is your winner of the Bikini Olympia. And then we have, that was when I was about to announce the winner of the Classic Physique Olympia, which obviously Cbum went on to win. And I'll go and find you some photos right now of Cbum winning that Classic Physique Olympia. Because I'm sure right now they have been uploaded. Shout out to these photographers. They must have obviously their stuff like already linked up, uploading as they're taking photos. But it's smart for these guys to do it like that and be, you know, first ones out. So we got Ian Valier, and am I sharing our screen yet? No, I'm not. Sorry, my bad. 100%. Right there. Okay, so let me Ian Valier on stage there next to William Bonac. But these photos are hard to tell because they are edited, you know. So and there's your results from the 2022 Classic Physique Olympia, courtesy of Buys and Tries. See there, Chris Bumstead coming in first, second, Ramon Rocha-Queiroz, and then we've got Urs Kalecinski, Breon Ansley, and Mike Summerfield in fifth. But it says Chris Bumstead wins the 2022 Men's Physique Classic Physique title December 17th. So that's actually, I think, the photo from last year because he's got the 3 fingers up. So that was for 3 titles. But then we've got Aaron Banks, and that's obviously an updated photo. So maybe that is a new one. He has 4 fingers up, maybe. No, it looks like he's got 3. And then you got Aaron Banks here beating out Brandon Hendrickson, who was a multiple-time Men's Physique Olympia champion. Diogo Montenegro in third. Montenegro, yeah, that's right. And then in fourth, we have Charo Grant. Then in fifth, we have Edvan Palmera. So these guys are crazy when you look at men's physique. They have insane physiques now. But let's have a look. Oh no, maybe he's holding up 4 fingers. Or maybe it's just last year's. I'm not sure. Got Urs. Do you guys think Urs was shafted? Do you think he should have placed second and been compared at least to Ramon Dino and Chris Bumstead? Or do you think that he deserved, because he was just not big enough yet to actually place in the top 2? Oh, someone said it says 2022 on the screen behind Cbum. That's weird. I wonder why he's holding up 3 fingers. I think he is anyway. Yeah, you're right. 2022. Okay, that is. That looks like 3 fingers was what he did last year. So maybe he's like 3 plus the title. I don't know. Aaron Cohn from WA, very close. Heart says Derek. Head says Hadi. Yeah. Yeah, it's hard. I don't know. I don't know, Aaron, but I would have Derek personally because the way he looks from the back, I think he dominates from the back because I think Hadi has a ton of muscle on that back. It's just not as crisp, but maybe I'm just holding him to his previous conditioning standards, but his size is more this year. So what do you weigh more? So, Herb and Farmer says Urs doesn't have the density yet. I can see what that means, but I think that he'll definitely build that and he'll continue to grow. And I think he can put on more size within the classic, and he just needs to suffer down a little bit more, basically. But he has obviously got ridiculously lean for this one, but you can obviously deplete a little bit more and do things to make weight. So I think if he has to do that, he'll do it a little bit. But I think after that, then Urs might want to move to the Open. I just have a feeling about that. But maybe, if he's doing well in the Classic and can potentially win the Olympia, then why do it? Because I think he's got, super mainstream ability. So coming up soon, we do have the Open. So don't threat, guys. We have that coming up soon. Actually, the Open is next. So please comment on Men's Open. Yeah, Men's Open is coming up. It is very, very soon. I'll put Men's Open on the screen right now. Let me know who you guys have pose for pose. I just you look at Hadi and he's a pumped up version of Derek. Like there is more mass here overall than Derek, but Derek's further away from the camera as well. So these guys, as you can see, Nick Walker doesn't look that big in comparison to Derek Lunsford on this one, but he's further away from the camera, and Big Ramy was still big. So for him to look, a bit smaller again, I think if Ramy was over here, where Brandon Curry and Hadi Choopan is, I think a Big Ramy would look so much bigger than he looks in this photo. So I think Big Ramy is still really, really big. So that's why I couldn't tell from the camera angles and from the photos how big Ramy was. I thought he's probably still way bigger than these guys. So maybe he is, I thought a little bit how Nick Strength and Power thought, but then I thought no, I don't think he's that much better than everyone else, but he just wouldn't be compared. It just didn't make sense to me. But I thought he must have still been way bigger, and I thought that size would just hold him in good stead to be compared right in the middle from the get-go. But I think the quad holes, as I mentioned in my videos several times, became an issue for Big Ramy. When's the results? Men's Open results is next, coming up very soon. So I have almost 5,000 of you in the chat. If you have not liked this video, like it. Oh, people say the results are starting now. Oh, yep, they're saying that on my thing now too. Okay, they're just announcing the results now. My screen's actually lagging a little bit, but we're about to announce 5th, I think. Maybe it's 6th. Are they not doing a pose down? Okay, they just went backstage to do an interview with Ashley Coltwasser. And seems like they're about to announce the Open, so hopefully I don't miss the Open result because of this. I'm a little bit behind in the stream. I can hear in the background they're announcing the results and they're showing this interview. If they're announcing the results of the Open, okay, I must be slightly behind on this. Okay. I don't know what's going on with my stream. It's like I've got the backstage one. Hold up, guys. I'm going into this because I don't want to be missing these results. Oh, I think mine skipped to the backstage one, so it keeps going backstage. Okay, so Big Ramy. Looks like he was 5th or 6th. Who do we have now? What was Ramy? 5th or 6th? Ramy 6th. People saying 5th as well, so I don't know. 5th was... Okay, no, Ramy was 5th. Ramy 5th. Wow. Who's in 4th? Brandon Curry in 4th. I'm not going to play it out loud just yet because they do have some music playing, so we will get copyright struck. So Ramy in 5th. Who do you guys have? So 6th place would have been, I guess... Who have we got left? Nick Walker, I guess. So isn't that amazing? The top 2 from last year was 4th and 5th. Who would have thunk that? I don't think many people would have thought 2nd and 1st for the last 3 years running. No, the last 2 years running. No, the last 2 years running. There's Sergio. They're bagging out Sergio for wearing a white shirt when everyone's got tan on. And then Ramy literally hugs him. I can't wait to get Sergio in the chat later. We're about to announce 3rd. Nick Walker in 3rd. So we have Hadi Choopan and Derek Lunsford top 2. I assume Samson Dowder would have been 6th place. Or is, so Samson Dowder would have been in 6th. Wow, okay. I thought Samson Dowder was beating Big Ramy. But I think Big Ramy would have got some votes where he moved up at finals. I've got to shut down this WhatsApp chat because I'm going to find out seconds beforehand because I have guys like Martin Fitzwater and stuff there at the contest, I believe. Nick Walker, People's Champ in 3rd place. He moves up 2 spots at this year's Mr Olympia. That is a great achievement for Nick Walker. Moved up again. Who's going to win? Do we have Derek Lunsford or Hadi Choopan? Here we go. Who you guys got? Derek Lunsford or Hadi Choopan? Let me know in the comments right now. It's about to be announced, your 2022 Mr. Olympia. Got to keep it a bit quiet just so there's no copyrights. Can you guys hear that at all? Who's going to win? Who's going to win? I said Derek Lunsford, but I think it probably will be Hadi Choopan, to be honest. Jay Cutler's coming out to present it by the looks of it. Well, that's the second place award, actually. Lena Poper, former women's bodybuilder, IFB Pro, placing second at the Olympia. You guys got 6,000 in the chat. Like the video. And jump straight back in the live chat. Jim Mannion on stage to present the award with Tyler Mannion, and also Steve Weinberger is up there, and Jake Wood. So Jake Wood holds the check, $400,000. We're about to announce the winner. Who we got? Who do we have, Hadi Choopan or Derek Lunsford? $400K on the line. Both Honey Rambod clients. Oh, that was loud. It's going to be a new Mr. Olympia. Who's it going to be? Who is it? Who have you got? Hadi Choopan wins the 2022 Mr. Olympia. Wow. You guys were right. Hadi Choopan wins. He is ecstatic. This is awesome for Hadi. Ramy giving him a big hug. Congratulations. That's awesome. It's cool to see these dudes winning, you know, coming from 212 to winning the Mr. Olympia. It's cool to see. He wins $400K. He's going to be a king in Iran. Very, very cool. What do you guys think? So the results, I'll write them down on the screen now of the 2022 Mr. Olympia in fifth. Sorry, I'll do it in the actual order. First, we had Hadi Choopan. Then we had in second, Derek Lunsford. What an open debut in Mr. Olympia. And then in third, we had Brandon Curry in fourth. We had in third Nick Walker, of course. Nick Walker, Brandon Curry. Fifth, Big Ramy. Big Ramy falls to fifth. That is amazing. He did miss that posing in Pittsburgh, which people will point to now, but I don't know if that was really a factor. Iran wins in the USA. It's awesome. Hadi seems like a good dude. I'm happy for him. And it goes to show, you know, it doesn't matter if you can speak English to win the Mr. Olympia. And that could have been the narrative. You know, if you didn't win Miss Olympia, I'm sure that would have been the narrative. I'm almost sure of it. So people can't make that call this year. It's almost the opposite. So it almost disproves that, at least in that regard. So, but people say, you know, all that, you know, bringing, hey, Netriz, what's up, Hani eating good tonight? Yeah, Hani's eating good, real good. I believe Evogen, his company, has signed Sydney Gillen, who won the figure. Also, obviously, the top two of Mr. Olympia. I mean, after you've already got two guys ahead of him, you know, you got Hadi Choopan, you've got Brandon Curry and Big Ramy ahead of those guys. And, you know, no one, I mean, some people had Derek Lunsford outside the top 10, and he almost wins the 2022 Mr. Olympia. Had Hadi not been improved, And it goes to show bodybuilding, you can change, because when Hadi first came out, everyone was saying he was off when he did his individual at prejudging. And then he changed dramatically. And we've seen that in past years as well. So the results are that, I don't know why my comment went away. But maybe I just did that by habit. Super chat. But I'll put the results back up on the screen. I'll just try to find them, post them somewhere. Yeah, Big Ramy down in 5th place, which is a little bit mind-blowing, but at the same time, his physique has regressed. I believe this could be the end for Big Ramy, and we'll see.
All right, his interpreter out. Hadi Choopan, you had a pretty good night tonight, buddy. Hadi, congratulations, my friend. You are the new Olympia champion.
No.
How's it feel?
This might take a while, guys. Hardy's giving his acceptance speech now. It is a shame it's not in English for my sake, but obviously that's my selfish own wants. Okay, I'm not going to put your comment up on the screen right now because I'll lose mine where the results are right up here. But Rinras, shout out to you, super chat. Thank you so much. People can see that on the screen in the live chat. Who won Classic? And if not, said when will it be? Classic has been announced. Cbum won it. Ramon Dino in 2nd. Yeah.
Sorry, I got a little bit excited because I'm not the only translator, I'm his friend, so.
The translator can't speak because he's so excited.
You know what? You can't beat the emotions on this stage right now. Hadi Choopan, you've been training this guy. I know he's like family to you, brother.
Yeah, he's an amazing individual. He's been training for 23 years. Every year we have to work.
Hadi has made bank this weekend. Honestly, he would be killing it top 2 in the Olympia that he's coaching. Oh, Cbum. I forgot he's coaching Cbum. Samson would have been 5th place. I thought he was going to get it over Big Ramy, to be honest. But Samson Dowder still has to be happy with top 6. Shout out. Sorry, dude, but do you speak Iranian? No, I don't. That's the thing. I'm saying selfishly. People saying I hardly speak English. Who was 6th? It would have been Samson Dowder. I don't believe they actually announced 6th place, so. Hadi just plugged his FST7 and Evogen. Someone said Ian will be under Hadi soon. You never know. But he's with obviously Patrick Tour and never worked pretty damn well together, so. So we have I believe it's about our 17th Mr. Olympia. Incredible. 17th ever. History was made tonight. This is awesome. Okay. Yeah, Hadi Choopan says they didn't choose who was the best representative for the sport, but they chose who was best on the stage that night, you know. So I think that's really cool. Xavier will be top 6 too one day. Thank you, bro. Of course. No, but thank you guys so much for tuning in. It's much appreciated. For everyone who gave super chats, some of you gave some very generous ones as well. So shout out to you. And thank you so much for everyone who's subscribed to the channel now. And click that notification bell button. You'll be getting more videos from me related to this 2022 Mr. Olympia. Any stories around it. What happened to Logan Franklin? Why did he pull out of a Classic Physique Olympia? There's a lot still to discuss about the 2022 Mr. Olympia and what went down. I'll be back with a wrap-up of the 2022 Mr. Olympia very soon. I'll be going live once again. It's going to be a quick, succinct wrap-up, and I'll be discussing the results and what went down in a quick little review. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for doing this and getting on this live chat. I had a ton of viewers over the weekend. It's been actually almost overwhelming. when I look at the numbers. So it's really, really cool. And yeah, shout out to you guys for desktoppers. And hopefully you'll be back for all the new content that's coming up, including the 2022 Arnold Classic, which will be in about 8 to 9 weeks' time. I think it is. I think it's 9 weeks. So that's not far away at all. And we're going to have plenty of these guys backing up, and some guys who want redemption, and some guys that are just going to be basically, well, will Big Ramy make a comeback at that Arnold Classic, or is Big Ramy done? Have we seen Big Ramy for the last time ever? Tons of stuff to talk about. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for logging on to the live chat, checking it out, and being part of the 2022 Mr Olympia watch party, where we have a new Mr Olympia in Hadi Choopan. So that's it for this one, guys. I'm Xavier Wills. This is Desktop Bodybuilding, and we are out.